guys have absolutely no fucking idea. I have not used my ring light in so fucking long, to the point I turned it on and only one side of it worked. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I got so scared. I am not even shitting you. Like, I was like, oh my god, did $150 just go down the drain? I almost shit myself. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm looking a little bit ratchet right now. It's okay. This is the new background, I guess. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I got everything kind of settled. I'm literally sitting at my desk right now. This is like the perfect setup. I really want to do a room tour because I just moved my room around and I really like it. But today that's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on, today we are going to be doing a back to school makeup look. Everything I'm using in this video is extremely fucking affordable. There's like maybe one or two things that are high end but are decently priced for what they are. So we're just gonna like get right into the video because I don't really want to waste any more time. And I fucking forgot my primer, one sec. This is me about going back to school. First things first, this tutorial, I'm trying to aim it towards people that don't really want to spend time in the morning doing their makeup, because that was literally me towards doing makeup. I just want to make it as easy and as quick as possible for you guys. So we're gonna start off with, fuck off, oh my god. We're going to start off with the No Poreblem primer from the brand Touch in Soul. This is a really good pore filling primer, but it's also really good because it feels like it's moisturizing your skin at the same time. It is a thick pore filling primer, obviously. It gives you like a really perfected complexion without feeling like too heavy and silicone-y. Like there is kind of like a hint of silicone, but it's like nothing too bad. So I really like this, and I know that so many beauty vloggers lately have been talking about this and raving about it, saying how good it is, and they are fucking right. So now that priming is out of the way, we're gonna go in with some foundation. The foundation I really like to use when I'm like on the go and like don't have time for anything is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. All you gotta do is shake this bitch up and squirt some onto your face, and you're literally like blend this shit out and you're good to go. Like, it's fucking phenomenal. It's really liquidy though, so you gotta blend really quickly. You can go for any like coverage you want. That's what I like about this foundation. The more drops you put on your face, the more coverage you get. When I'm doing my foundation for school, especially like when I did, I would mainly focus more on concealer. And just in case you guys are wondering, the foundation brush I'm using is the Morphe M439. This is like my new love. My new favorite foundation brush. Is the best fucking brush ever. Don't try me. Now we're going to go in with some concealer, and this is actually a dupe in my opinion for the Tarte Shape Tape. I recently got that. You may have seen in my last haul. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection in 125. The only difference between this and the Tarte Shape Tape is that this does not have good color. Like, this does not have as good as a color range as the Tarte Shape Tape, which is really unfortunate because I got mine in the States and not everyone can get the Tarte Shape Tape, which really sucks because not everyone shops at Ulta. Not everyone lives in the fucking States. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. So I'm just going to blend this in with a brush. This probably isn't like the most ideal. You can do this totally like with a beauty blender, but I personally like using brushes just a little bit more. I know people are like so against that now, like brushes are dirty. It's called fucking wash them, okay? But I like using this a little bit more because it gives me more of like a perfected complexion. I just find that my beauty blender takes product off and I'm not living for that. So I'm also going to do a little bit of my ears. Not down here because I'm wearing earrings and I don't want to fuck that up. And now I'm going to spray my face with some Wet n Wild PhotoFocus setting spray. Ooh, refreshing. Oh, it's burning my eyes. Yeah, so I just like to do this before I do powder, because if I do it after powder, it just looks like shit. And then if I see any imperfections or something, I just like to go back and blend it in again. This I find also helps your makeup look better throughout the day. Now I'm going to go in with some powder. The powder I'm going to use today is the Maybelline Fit Me. This is a translucent one. And I'm just going to be taking my Real Techniques multitask brush, and I'm going to dig my brush into there and pick up as much product as I can. And because I want kind of like a light coverage, I'm just going to like dust it. So now I've got my base down. I am looking a little pale, so you know. I'm going in with my butter bronzer. It's amazing. This is the best fucking bronzer ever. Recently, a local drugstore had a 40% off Physicians Formula sale, and I was considering picking up a backup, but I know I won't be done this bronzer for a long time because I don't go through it quickly. But yeah, another thing I like about this product is when you are rushing in the morning, it's super easy to just like slap it on and like not even think about it. It's a product that basically blends itself out and looks good no matter what. All the products I'm showing you today are literally idiot proof. You don't have to be a pro to use any of these. They're super simple to use. Next product we're going to go into is blush. You don't necessarily have to do this. I find that my skin is warm enough. I just want to add a little bit of color back into my face. So I'm going to be using the Milani Baked Blush in Corallina. As you can see, this is kind of like a reddish blush, but it's so beautiful and it's really good for people with pale skin. So I definitely recommend you try this out if you do have pale skin. But I like to use this brush. It is the Eco Tools round powder brush, because this one isn't necessarily like this where you can pack like things on. It's very, very soft and won't pick up a lot of product, but will distribute it like perfectly, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my brush, tap a little bit off, and then begin to put this on my cheeks and blend back into my hairline. But I'm going to tone it down a little bit by setting it a little bit more with some translucent powder, because I'm looking a little bit like Raggedy Ann right now, but it's okay, we can blend it out. Now we're going to quickly go in with some highlighter, and I've never talked about this in my videos before, but I've used this for such a fucking long time. You can tell by how beat up this product is. This is the Essence eyeshadow in the shade 03 Rosie Flamingo. It's a beautiful rosy toned champagne color. This is my favorite thing to use as a highlighter. I've literally been using it as a highlighter for maybe like a year and a half maybe. It's the best product ever. And I'm taking the Sephora Pro Mini Flawless Airbrush brush. And I'm just going to apply that on the high points of my face. It speaks for itself. It's fucking gorgeous. Like, hello. How are you doing today? And now before I forget, we're going to do eyebrows. Okay? For my eyebrows, I'm using the Brow Stylist Definer by L'Oreal. In my opinion, this performs better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. In my opinion, I think this is really good. And especially for like, what, $9 or something? Where can you fucking go wrong? This product is really creamy and blendable. And it's like, it's one of those products where no matter how much product you put on, once you blend it out, it just like, it looks so good. Now this product I'm using next is not necessarily drugstore, but it is honestly like, it's better than any drugstore brow gel that I've tried ever. This product is honestly crucial for me. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. This is the best brow gel I've ever used in my entire fucking life. It's so good, and it definitely keeps your brows in place all day. I honestly thought this was a fucking lie. I was like, no, this can't be true. Like, it's not that good. Like, my sister said it was really good, and I was like, yeah, I fucking doubt it. And I also really like this because I personally find that it intensifies my eyebrows, so it makes them look better and like more real rather than like drawn on with this. But this gives you a more realistic looking eyebrow, which is what I like too, so like it's extra realistic, if that makes any sense. Okay, now I'm gonna shut the fuck up and we're gonna get on into the eyeshadow, so I'm gonna zoom you bitches in. What I'm using for my eyes today is not from the drugstore. It's actually from Sephora. I'm going to be using the new Tarte Beauty and Brains palette. This is fucking amazing. It came in a set. It came with obviously the palette, and this double-ended brush. I'm not a big fan of double-ended brushes, but for the package it was $38, and that's, in my opinion, it's a really good deal, especially if you're on a budget, if you're a student, and you get this wonderful array of eyeshadows. They released it at a good time because people are going back to school. Maybe they're looking for a neutral essentials palette, and this is definitely it. I really love this, and that's why we're going to be using it today. I'm going to take this shade called Pillow Talk right here. It's just a matte white, and oh, really creamy. And that's one thing that I really like about Tarte, is that their eyeshadows are like super duper creamy and super easy to work with. That's mainly why I used this palette for this tutorial. Also because of the back to school theme, but just because like Tarte is really easy to work with and you can get shit done really quick. So once I've applied that, I'm gonna go in with, it's called Hazelnut Bonbons, and it's this brown, this matte brown in the palette. It's a really nice transition color, in my opinion, and it's easily buildable, which I like as well. You can use it as a transition or you can use it as a defining color, but we're using it as a transition today. Now the look I'm kind of going for is more, I'm going for kind of like a smokier kind of look, but with this palette you can literally do anything, but I'm kind of going off the look that I've been creating with this palette for like the days that I've kind of been like testing it out. Then I'm going to take the color beside it, which is like a reddish brown metallic or like shimmer. It's the shade Romance Novel. Right there, it's so pretty. I'm going to take this on the blender side of the brush, and I'm going to bring this on the outer corner and blend this into the crease. I really like having a diffused kind of look on the outer edges. I think they're really pretty. It definitely adds a little something. You can stop here, and personally I really like this look. It's really pretty and definitely something super easy for back to school, but if you are trying to go the extra mile, I like to take this color right here, which is called Spa Day and Creme Brulee. So these two on each end of the palette, I like to slightly mix them together because it creates a really nice kind of color to go on the lid. I don't know what else to say. This gray color in the palette, the Spa Day shade, is actually one of my favorites to put on the lid. It does look a little bit dark in the palette, but it is pretty light considering what it is. And then to kind of like brighten my eyes up just a little bit more, I'm going to take a little bit more of that Spa Day color. I'm going to put that on the ball of my eye, just right there. Now, so this is the eye look. I wanted to go for something insanely simple. I wanted something a little bit neutral on the eye, but also something that was like a little bit eye-catching. So then for the lower lash line, we're going to go in with this dark green called Yoga Retreat, and we're going to put that on the lower lash line just for a little bit of contrast between the two. And then I'm just going to smoke it out. Then I'm going to take my pinky finger and a little bit more of Spa Day, and I'm just going to put that on the inner corner. Alright, and then to finish off the eyes, like the makeup, I'm going to be taking the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner, and this is in the shade Best O, which is kind of like a really nice brown. And I'm just going to put this on my lower lash line and then smoke it out. I guess this is more like a purple, I guess. So now we're going to go in with mascara, and I'm going to be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise and the Essence Lash Princess because these are my favorites. This is honestly a really great mascara. I've talked about it on my channel, but people have been saying it's similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex, but I personally think it's better than that. Alright, and then to give it a little bit more length, we're going to go with Lash Princess. Alright, so now we're done with the eyes and we're going to go in with the lips. And the lips are really insanely simple. It's a Revlon gloss. It's the Revlon Super Lustrous Lip Gloss in the shade Pink Pop. I really like this and it's definitely a staple for me. And it definitely would have been if I was going back to school, but unfortunately I'm not. So we're using it today. So this is the completed makeup look, something that is kind of smoky yet simple as hell. Back to school makeup look. You can totally omit the eyeliner and it will still look really good. I just find that the eyeliner really deepens it and kind of gives it more of a smoky vibe, whereas if you didn't use it, it would still give you like just this everyday kind of eye. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. This is definitely something that I would personally wear to school. I would wear this palette on an everyday basis if I had it when I was in school. Unfortunately, I didn't, but I just wish I had a palette like this, and it would definitely come in handy. I love this. This look is really fucking beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you guys liked me, please make sure to subscribe. It would mean a lot. If you guys really like me, make sure to click the notification bell down below, and you'll be notified whenever I post a video. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video.